Hi, everyone.
Hello! It is our week 12 update.
And so we are here in Seoul, South Korea. This is the major train station behind us. You can see, might be able to see some trains behind there that connects Seoul to other major cities, including Busan.
We actually started the week off in Hiroshima, which both of us had wanted to see going to Japan. And I'm really glad we did go. The first night we were able to go to what's called the A-bomb dome.
At the end of World War II, the United States of America dropped 2 nuclear bombs, one on Hiroshima and one on Nagasaki. And so the A-bomb dome is the last remaining building that was closest to the bomb drop. So what was really interesting was that the structure was maintained, although major parts of the building was destroyed. And the vicinity around the area was completely devastated.
There were two lines of thought, I guess, with these buildings. The first one was, let's just clear it all and let's rebuild a city. We don't want any painful reminders of what happened. But over the years, I think it was over a decade, the city was being rebuilt, and some other people were saying, but wait, what if this history is completely erased? We need to hold on to it. We need it as a reminder, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. They need to know what happened. And not just in Hiroshima, but worldwide. I think we both experienced a range of emotions there. It was a very haunting experience.
Attending the exhibits and the museums, which were really well organized, hosted, and facilitated, we really were able to get the different opinions and perspectives of the people of Hiroshima.
We also went to a museum, and we really liked how they laid out all of the different events in a very objective manner. And I think it was very surprising for me, because the Japanese were describing roles that they played in the war as well, leading up to those events, which could be challenging, of course, but they did it. And I think the overall message was, again, we just don't want this to happen in the future.
Yeah, and as Kim was saying, the Japanese were accepting responsibility for the actions and decisions they made during the war, but they were also not blaming other countries or other players.
Going back to the A-bomb dome, we mentioned that we had a range of emotions. I felt very angry, and I didn't know where to place that anger. And we had to kind of unpack it together. And I was thinking, I wonder how the Japanese people feel. I mean, it's been several decades, but how do you recover from that? And actually, we attended a talk which was so moving. And the woman, her mother was a survivor of the bomb, and she, as Ashton said, they placed no blame. She was saying, we don't blame the Americans. We know the role that we played, but we want to move forward. Mm-hmm. So that was very, very powerful.
Yeah, and it was really pushing for hope, for peace, and really for denuclearization of nuclear weapons around the world.
Yeah. So it was really great to explore that piece of history, but then also to see the thriving community that's taking place in Hiroshima now, right? I mean, you can get stuck in the past and be reliving events, right? But you see this young generation. The next day we were walking around and everyone was in baseball jerseys. Yeah. And we thought, oh yeah, baseball's a big thing here.
Yeah.
We tried to get a game.
Yeah, it was a wave of people marching towards the stadium. We did try, as Kim said, to go watch the game because it was 2 major teams playing. Mm-hmm. The Hiroshima Carp and the Tigers. Yeah. And so
the streets were packed, and I mean,
yeah.
they were walking to the stadium 3 hours in advance.
That's it. And we're talking about a completely rebuilt modern city. And so the tickets were all sold out. We couldn't even get to it. So that was all right. We moved on to Osaka, but
And we also saw a big concert and everything.
Oh, yeah, at the same
people
time.
coming out of this big concert. So I mean, it was just, you see this community that's thriving now, and it was nice
very
to see that.
exciting and energetic.
Yeah.
So we did go to Osaka. As we were flying out of there,
And because we saw that baseball game, Ashton said, "Oh, I've always wanted to go. Do you think we could catch a
Yeah.
game?" So we booked it the night before
Yeah.
for our final day in Japan in Osaka. And we did it.
It was an incredible experience. Baseball in Japan is very different than North America. It's very high energy. Pretty much every time a batter goes up, his team roots him on. And so they have a specific song dedicated to each batter, and they continue to sing that song until they either hit or strike out.
And the fans were just hilarious. I mean, they have a trinket for every little thing. They had clappers, they had noisemakers, they had instruments, they had balloons, they had, you name it, they had it. And each one had a specific purpose. They all even had one with fans, and they were fanning
for one
away.
specific player. The fans were just incredible. A really family-friendly environment, so it was really cool to see.
Yeah, so that was our last day in Osaka, and we also decided to
Taste a couple different foods. So we had takoyaki. We went to what they call the takoyaki park or takoyaki museum. Tried a few, and takoyaki is octopus balls. So it's pieces of octopus surrounded by deep fried dough. It's absolutely delicious. And then
they can put on any toppings. They can put in minced octopus or other things in there too. And then our very last meal was okonomiyaki.
Kim's favorite.
We loved it so much the first time.
We'd like to thank Imka and Asuka for opening up their homes to us and showing us around Japan. Without them, I don't think we would have had the same type of experience. I'd also like to thank Takuma and his wife. They had previously visited Japan and shared their detailed itinerary with us, which helped planning for our own trip.
Yeah. And then we made our way to Seoul. So far, it's been really great. It's just been a few days. One thing that we noticed was everything looked so futuristic. We opened up the room to our accommodations, and it was like a spaceship. It was from the future. It was really fun.
Even the control panel,
Yeah.
had a sliding attachment to it. We also got to visit a few of the palaces, major palaces in Seoul.
And one thing that I really enjoy is all of the art everywhere and the music. So there was one night that we were walking back home from dinner, and it was late at night, but I could hear classical music in the distance, and it was just beckoning me. So I said, "Ashton, please, can we go?" And he said, "Yes, okay, let's go." So we went on an adventure. We were following the music, and it led us actually to a tunnelway.
And so there's water. It's a waterway that's built similarly to almost like the Ottawa Canal, Rideau Canal. And it goes on, stretches for kilometers, but each section had a different aspect of it. One part had a laser show. One part was playing different types of music.
And then under a bridge, there was artwork from students, right? And what's really neat, I think, because there's a festival coming up, every day of the weekend, they're using different props. So we saw the trucks come out the next day, change all of the different setup there, which is exhibits, and it was just really fantastic. But also the shops have music in them. The subway has these beautiful murals everywhere. So just a lot of artwork.
That's our week. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoops! One more thing we forgot.
We went to the Itsukushima Shrine. I believe it's one of the oldest shrines in Japan. since the original one was from the 600s.
So it's actually really close to Hiroshima. We did a little day trip, and as Ashton was saying, it's one of the oldest ones, and it's directly in the water. It's really great. It has high tide, low tide, so when the tide is high, it looks beautiful. You see the reflection in the water. When it's low, you can walk right up to it, and we actually saw a lot of locals walking around trying to collect some clams and things and oysters.
Yeah, exactly. There were also deer on the island that are wild, but they'll walk right up to you and they try to eat Kim's ice cream, which was hilarious. Anyways, it was an incredible place to visit.
It was great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.